Hey guys, so I am back with a new video, and this is going to be the art materials that I use or have used for 2014, since I still get asked this question and I realized that my old video about my art materials is a little bit outdated, so I decided to make this video. So let's get started. The sketchbook I use is this 13 by 21 centimeter soft leather cover sketchbook by the brand Venzi. I got this from the Philippines in December last year at National Bookstore because I thought it was an incredibly cheap knockoff of the softcover Moleskine sketchbook. The paper is a cream color, which looks great with gray lead, and it's quite thin, which is not good for Copic markers, so I only use it for sketching. Like the Moleskine, it comes with a back pocket and also an elastic closure. The paper I use for sketching my illustrations is a regular printer paper by the brand Reflex. I got this from Officeworks, and it comes very cheap with 500 pieces of A4 white paper. It is 80 GSM, which means that it is quite thin, so it can't really handle Copic markers. However, it is great for sketching and also as a cheap alternative that you can use for colored pencils. The paper I use for my finished illustrations and drawings is also an A4 white paper by the brand Quill. The product name is Multiboard, and it is 200 GSM, which means that it is thicker than a regular printer paper. And I also got this from Officeworks. The paper is thick enough for Copic markers not to bleed outside the lines. However, the inks do show on the back of the paper, but it doesn't completely go through, which is why I use it instead of a marker paper. For my sketching tools, I use a mechanical pencil called Technicolor by Pentel. It is a 0.5 millimeter pencil, which I love to use for sketching. Just like my pencil, I have also had these AIN pencil leads for years. They are the 0.5 millimeter HB and 2B pencil lead, also by Pentel. I actually prefer to use 2B for my rough sketches and HB for my clean sketches. The eraser I use has been around for a long time as well, hence the awkward shape of it. This is called the Space Eraser by Faber-Castell, which I got from Riot Art and Craft. Moving on to markers, which are my most used coloring materials. These are the Copic Ciao markers, which are alcohol-based markers great for blending colors together to create a smooth style of shading. I got my markers from eBay, which are a lot cheaper than the full retail price. To go with my Copic markers, of course, I need to have the Copic various inks as refills for the markers, which is an aspect of the product that I really love. I also get my Copic refills from eBay from a different seller, and I will link the site down below. Right here is where I keep my Copic marker collection, which consists of both 72 Set A and 72 Set B Copic Ciao markers. For the pens that I use, I'm going to start off with my most used fineliners, which are the Pilot G-Tech C4 and C3. I got these from National Bookstore in the Philippines, and these are fine tip pens, which work great with Copic markers. The next pens are by the Copic brand, which are the Copic Multiliners in black, the 0.05, 0.1, and 0.3 millimeters. I have been using these three pens in rotation with my Pilot G-Techs, and I got them from Cavalier Art Store here in Australia. For highlights, I like to use the Uni-ball Signo white pen, which is also a fine tip pen that I got from Officeworks. I use two types of glitter pens. One is from Typo, which is actually a yellow glitter pen, but I use this for coloring gold. I also use these two glitter pens for gold and silver details in my fashion illustrations. These two, however, don't have a brand since I got them from the dollar store for a really cheap price. Lastly, for the pens, I also have been using the Stabilo .88 colored pens for details of my illustrations. These are my three most used colors: blue, red, and pink, which I use for coloring the eyes and the lips. And here are test samples of what each pen looks like. Moving on to the coloring pencils that I use, you guys know that I have been using the Faber-Castell Classic Color Pencils in the 48 pack for a long time now, and my most used colors are the gray, light brown, black, and white pencils. Along with this, I have also purchased other brands such as the Faber-Castell Albert Dürer Ivory Pencil and the Lyra Polycolor pencils. I got these individual pencils from Officeworks, which are around $2 to $3 for each pencil, as they are more of an artist quality pencil compared to the Faber-Castell Classic colors. The colors I got were light flesh, medium flesh, violet, and Van Dyke brown. For watercolors, which I have been using recently this year for my art and also for university, I use the Montmartre watercolor pad for my paper. It comes in ivory instead of white, regardless of what's on the cover, and I got these for a great deal at the dollar store. It is 300 GSM, which is nice and thick with rough tooth, exactly the kind I like to use for watercolor paintings. I also keep this water bottle in my workspace to save time from going back and forth to the kitchen when I need water for my watercolors. And along with that, I also have this plastic container to hold the water when I'm painting. The brushes that I use came in a set of 5, which I got from Lincraft, a craft store here in Australia. I mainly use the large brush as I find that it is easier to work with. Recently, I picked up this water brush from Dean's Art, which is by the brand Pentel, called Aquash. It's great to use for on-the-go painting as you simply add water to the tube and you can take it with you anywhere without having to bring the plastic container and the water bottle. Lastly, the watercolor that I use is also by the brand Montmartre, which I also got from the dollar store. It actually has a clear case, but I just added this weave to cover the messy watercolors inside. I love that the colors are vibrant and it's already in a palette, which makes it easier to paint with than with paint tubes. And of course, it already comes with the mixing palette. And those are my art materials that I have been using for the last couple of months for the year of 2014. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.